'tis the season to get crazy for cranberry.
I'm Greg.
I'm Julie, and we're the Crafty Winers. We're doubling up on cranberry.
Spiced cranberry.
Yep. It's our spiced cranberry seltzer that we just finished.
I just brushed my teeth, so that was a little harsh.
Sorry. I should have warned you. I don't think anything is good after you brush your teeth, though.
Why not?
So, we have made cranberry wine before, but we've never done it on camera. So we decided, well, there's a story. We decided it was the correct time to actually do this on camera, because this all started with this. Remember?
It was a juice kit.
Yeah,
It wasn't really a wine
it
kit.
was
It was
a
a
kit
kit.
that you used your own juice for. And it was for Christmas. Our daughter got it for us. And the juice that we happened to have left over was cranberry juice. So,
For mimosas, I'm kind of thinking.
probably for mimosas. So, our first wine we ever made was from cranberry. And it was about this time of year. So, we're going to recreate it, but it's going to be much better. I think that was cranberry cocktail, too, which isn't quite the same.
This is 100% juice,
This is 100% juice,
as it says.
but it's not 100% cranberry juice.
That is important if you're going to do one of these. It's going to turn out a lot better if it's not mostly water,
Yeah.
which the ones that say they're cocktails.
Yeah, they have sugar in them, too. Yeah. So this is cranberry juice. That's the first ingredient, but it also has apple, grape, and pear. So I guess they get the sweetness from those other fruits.
She wants this to be a wine
Yes, I do.
versus a cider or whatever you'd want to call it. But
Yep.
so you do want to look at the juice that you're going to be using and make sure it doesn't have sorbates in it. If it has sorbates, that's not the end of the world. There is a way to get around that.
Yeah,
But
but this one doesn't.
we'll save that for a different video, because I just realized I don't think we ever have done a video specifically on how to get around sorbates.
No, we haven't.
So we'll have to add that to our list.
Yeah.
We do know how to get, and we can show you how to get around sorbates. Sorbates typically are going to make it a lot harder for yeast to get a hold and start fermenting,
Yeah.
but not impossible. We've done a lot of like soda
Yeah, that's where we learned it.
pops
From the soda.
depending on what.
We're like, why is
part
this
of the
so
country.
hard? It's the sorbates.
So, but you can get around it by raising the pH. But we're not going to get into that on this one because there are no sorbates according to the label.
They did not list them if there are.
And they're supposed to list it. So
Yeah.
this says ascorbic acid, which is basically vitamin C, and that's going to be probably partly a preservative.
And flavor.
And
Tartness.
Zinc, yeah.
Yep.
So, but she does want this to be a wine, so that means that we probably want it to be at least, 12% ABV?
I'm thinking, so the odds are what we're going to want to do afterwards is take some of this and do our boiling down to get our concentrate and add it back in to flavor it, right? Afterwards. So we might want to shoot a little bit higher on ABV.
But we also want this to be, do you just have 2 containers of this?
Well, for right now. But it'll be a little while before we need the concentrate. So,
Well, these are 32 ounce,
no, they're 64.
64. Yeah. Okay, so this is a
gallon.
gallon, but we're gonna have to go back to our old, only going 75% full trick,
'Cause we'll
and
have to
using
put
our
sugar.
calculator on craftywiners.com/tools,
At least I think we'll have
because
to
we're
put
probably
sugar.
gonna have to put sugar in, and we need to make sure that there is room to put the sugar in.
So, do we want to shoot for 12 or like 12.5?
12 is good because it usually for us is gonna go
A little drier,
a
yeah.
little drier.
I will put 12.
So I'm gonna fill this up to 96.
I'll go ahead and put this in here so we're ready for it.
And then we have quite a bit of room to add sugar if we need to. But because this is 100% juice, this isn't concentrate, so the calculator is a lot easier to use. I mean, it's not hard to use anyway, but how long has it been since I've used the hydrometer? It's been a day.
I just used it a couple days ago. Do you want to hold it?
She will use the calculator, the calculate sugar to add to must calculator at craftywiners.com/tools.
Yep.
And I will feed her the number when it looks like it's stable. Right now, I'm going to say 1.048. So she's going to change the desired ABV to be
12.
12.
And then 70% full.
No, it's 100. In this case, it's you don't do the
that's
percentage
right,
because it's not concentrate.
So it's 100, even though it's not quite yet. 12.16 ounces.
Initial gravity that we're shooting for is
1.080.
That seems right.
Okay, so we need 12.2 ounces of sugar since it
12.2 ounces
doesn't
of
go to 1.6. Okay, this is 12.2 ounces of sugar.
So she can go ahead and dump it in. Are you trying to say something, Nori?
Oh boy. We are starting this already?
She's trying to say that Pippin took her bone because Pippin is a big bee.
And that could stand for more than one thing.
Well, we know what it stands for in this case.
It could be bully.
Could be bully. It's not.
It's not.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fill this up to 128 and stir it.
I have a little bit left over.
I could have stirred it when it had a little more headroom so that it didn't come slashing out, but I didn't do that, so. Okay, I think it's mostly mixed. Then we'll go ahead and double check our gravity, although I know it's going to be right, but we'll double check it anyway, just for your benefit. It's like 1.082.
Okay. Well, I did put 12.2 ounces instead of 12.16.
What was the number again?
1.080.
It's really close.
So 1.082.
So now, I'm not going to put that back in there because we're going to check our pH, and I know the pH is going to be off.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, I shouldn't have done that either. Made our teaspoon wet. Okay, so we have our... Oh, this is a pumpkin gutter, by the way, if you're looking in the description below to figure out what it is we're using. It's called a pumpkin gutter.
It is. And it's useful for many things.
Including pumpkin gutting.
Surprisingly enough, yes.
We want this to be close to 4.0 pH before we put the yeast in. It's better on the yeast. You can get away with not doing that, but then if you don't adjust the pH now, it'll end up being very acidic when it's done. If it doesn't hurt the yeast, it still will be too acidic. It's 3.35.
Figured it'd be kind of
very acidic.
So I'll grab the...
So we want to use potassium bicarbonate to raise the pH to around 4, and it probably will take
a bit.
Half a teaspoon-ish. So our potassium bicarbonate is almost out. We always want to let them completely go out before we refill them so that you don't end up with a lot of old whatever it is at the bottom. In this case, potassium bicarbonate, which probably lasts about 10 million years.
10 million years. We'll never know.
We've got very noisy, disruptive doggies today. Sliding bones across the floor. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to try to not be distracted. So I'm going to, we usually do this in quarter teaspoons. And I know
Just what I brought because I couldn't find the half.
I know we're going to need more than that because we have a long distance to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put half in here. And because it's so low, so if we need more, we'll have to refill. We're going to have to refill anyway. But you can see how acidic it is because it's acting like the old vinegar and baking soda thing, which pretty much is the same reaction. It's foaming.
It's really foaming now.
Still see some granules down at the bottom, but it's pretty well mixed. Now it's going to foam the whole container. So then I'll mix it up again, and it probably will foam. Didn't foam as much as I expected. A little bit. Try it again. Did not move very much. It's 3.51 now. So it's going to be one of those days. Some liquids don't jump as much as others do. This is one of those that does not.
I'm gonna have to use my handy dandy little funnel thing.
So she wrote down that we put a half teaspoon in.
Yep.
I do recommend buying some of these if you're going to be doing this with any frequency. The more you buy, usually, as long as you're paying attention, the cheaper you'll get it.
Mm-hmm. And if you're putting it into these little jars like this funnel thing is the best thing.
And we got a bunch of those for free with different things.
I use them for like my salt and pepper shakers and stuff too. Have a jam.
Probably means it got some moisture at some point.
There was a chunk. I don't call that good.
So like I said, we usually do a quarter teaspoon at a time. That's what we recommend to do. Oh boy, I almost lost it all. But we have so far to go. I knew I was safe doing a half, and we're going to do a half again. We probably could even do a full. Because we have
Yeah.
0.5 is a long ways to go.
It is.
I'm going to do another half. So this is a whole teaspoon so far that we've done. Foam, anyone?
Lots of foam.
Stir it up again. Turned off. We're getting there. It's 3.7. It's bouncing around a little bit. We're going to say 3.75. So that went 0.2 points, a little over 0.2 points. We have almost 0.3 points to go, so it's probably safe to do another half.
Yeah.
Although it will start speeding up, usually as it gets higher. So we do risk overshooting a little bit if we do half. But time is money, so if we go a little over 4, it's not the end of the world. So I did another half, even though I might have overshot it. That's 1.5. Now these juices, if you happen to use the same juice, Ocean Spray 100% Cranberry, you probably can just use the same amount of potassium bicarbonate as we just did. Because they're
gonna be the same.
They're really consistent. If this was, handcrafted juice, it won't be, but if it's Ocean Spray, just about every bottle is going to be
it's mass produced.
Within a very small percentage of the last bottle, so. And potassium bicarbonate is potassium bicarbonate, so.
It was very profound.
Well, there isn't like potencies that are different, so. Okay, hopefully this is the last one because.
Because adjusting pH is not our favorite thing.
It's not our favorite. Okay.
Everybody cross your fingers. If it's 6, I'm gonna have a fit.
3.9.
Okay, that's good.
So we can either do one more quarter or we can call it good.
I think 3.9 is good.
Okay. I am going to wash this off and clean up some of the stuff so that we have a little cleaner spot, and then we'll continue.
All right. Next step.
We're about ready for yeast here.
We are.
So I'm going to give her...
However much that is. The lines have worn off.
It's half a cup. I usually do a quarter of a cup, but to warm up in the microwave to get it around, 90 degrees?
Yeah.
Fahrenheit, which I'll put the Celsius up on the screen. I should have some of these conversions memorized and put them up on the screen so many times, but I don't.
All right, I'll be back. Okay, so it was exactly 90 degrees. I didn't take our cool thermometer up there, but I had one by the stove, so I used that one. I am going to add 2 teaspoons of Go Firm, which is not required, but suggested.
You can watch our Additives video. It kind of goes into detail about why. Decide if you want to do it or not.
We like the way ours turn out better with the Go Firm. It's pretty well dissolved. And then I only have a teaspoon, but I'm not going to put a full teaspoon. This is Fresco cider yeast that we're using. We've been using it a lot because we have a lot of it.
It's going to probably expire before we get through all of it because I bought a lot.
So I'm putting in about half a teaspoon in here. Then we are going to add that to our carboy. And we're going to put the carboy and this next to a little heater that we have and let it sit for a couple of hours, and then we'll add this to that and it will be off and running.
And then, so we can decide how we want to, what temperature we want to ferment this at. Do we want to do it at 60 degrees for a longer time, or do we want to do it at 75 degrees for a shorter time? This is a wine, so I would be tempted to say let's do it at a cooler temperature.
I'm leaning that way too. The last several batches I've made have not been wines. They were seltzers and ciders and stuff, and I have them at a warmer temp, but I think we do cooler on this one.
So I'll put up the timetable for cooler. For wine, after 5 days, we will try, because I haven't been real good at doing it, but we will degas, add fermento, and oxygenate this on the 5th day. And that just will help the yeast along to finish, to go completely dry, which is what our goal is.
Yep.
You don't have to do those things, and honestly, I've gotten really bad here the last couple of months because of my work schedule at keeping up with that.
And guess what?
And they still turn out.
They all still turn out.
I do believe, especially the wines, turn out better if you do that. Mm-hmm. And the seltzers and stuff, as long as you're doing the go firm and the, following the procedures that we do as far as temperatures and stuff, it's not as important, but I still feel it's important for the wines. So I will try to do that on this, or she can do it on this batch. So we are going to come back after the fermentation is done, which I expect at a cooler temperature could take a month, probably 3 weeks to a month to get done.
Could be.
And then we'll come back and show you the next step.
Okay, we are back, and it's been a while, but I know why it's been a while, because we fermented this cold. So it takes a little longer. Truthfully,
cold meaning like 60 degrees.
Yeah. Truthfully, it was probably done a couple weeks ago, but it was still quite fizzy, so I was unsure, even though the hydrometer said it was dry. So anyway, we let it sit for a little while. We had Christmas, and
it's still a little fizzy.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Changing temperature, CO2 coming out.
Yeah, I took it out a couple hours ago. So I guess the first thing, we need to take the hydrometer again and make sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah, we could rack it first because there's very little chance it's not done, but...
Oh, well, do you want to do that?
We'll do it the safe way.
Okay.
If it's not done, it's stalled.
Because it's been long enough, for sure.
Well, and it's not active.
Well, it was when I did the hydrometer 2 weeks ago, it was 1.00.
I can't remember the last batch that we had that was stalled, though, so it's unlikely. This does have a lot of CO2 in it.
It's got less than it did 2 weeks ago. 26. I almost wrote 25.
It's definitely done.
Yeah.
The hydrometer is just barely moving now, and the cylinder's almost full, which is your first clue. There is enough CO2 in here that sometimes it'll mess with it, but I am going to say 0.998.
Okay.
So just dry enough.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So when I took it before, it was 1.00, so it did actually have a little further that it went. So I guess it's good we let it sit.
I could have kept this out and poured it into our jar, but...
Okay, so I was just looking for the initial gravity. Started at 1.082, and now it is... What? Whoops, that's a question mark.
She's using our calculated ABV tool at craftywiners.com/tools.
Okay, so it is 11%.
That's what you wanted, I assume.
Well, we were actually going for 12, but that's fine.
Well, we figured it was going to go a little more dry.
That's true.
I need to check a camera. So now we're going to rack this, which is transfer it from this fermenter into this jar. And we'll leave the leaves behind, which is the stuff at the bottom and the stuff at the top in this case. We'll let you watch us start it in case you've never seen this done before, but then we are going to speed through it so that you don't have to endure the excitingness of it.
Excitingness?
We've been watching Wicked. Isn't that a word that they use?
It would probably be like excitification.
Okay, I could have done better at my wickedness. At the end, I tip it to try to get as much of the wine out as I can without sucking up any of the sediment. It's always a little tricky because with these narrow mouth fermenters, because
It's hard to angle it.
You can't get it all the way angled to the side, but I did okay. So we'll clear this off and be back. So now this is quite a bit cleaner. It's actually pretty clear.
It is, actually.
But we don't know right now if we want to back sweeten this or if we want it to be dry like it is, and that is going to affect probably what we put into it. We probably want to do the clarifying ingredients regardless, because even though it's really clear, it probably will get sediment at the bottom of the bottle.
I could go ahead and put the queso in now, so it's doing its thing.
Yeah. And then I think we're going to taste it.
Yeah. I find my 16th.
I need your container.
Oh, yes. Here.
We're going to take some of this out because the queso and chitozan work against each other. How long has it been since we've done this? The racking process on camera. It's been a while. Seems like.
Seems like we were just talking about queso and chitozan with something. What did we do from... Oh, it was the cider. We did that from scratch.
Yeah, well,
yeah, the berry cider.
We're just into the new year, so we just went through the holidays, so it just seems like everything was a long time ago right now.
Okay.
We don't have a spoon.
Oh, I know. I forgot the spoon.
We haven't filmed for a while.
This is actually the same color as the berry cider that we just bottled.
There's a lot of CO2 in this, so we will need to degas it at least once or twice before we bottle it, unless we're going to let it sit for a couple of months. There's no way we'd want to put it into a bottle with this much CO2.
No.
It'll just blow the corks out at some point. And CO2 doesn't taste good in your wine. So definitely needs to degas. So this is just going to give us an idea if we think it has enough flavor, and I doubt it does, but it might.
I don't know.
If we like it dry like this, then we might choose to skip the potassium metabisulfite and potassium sorbate.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. It reminds me of something. Does it remind you of another wine we've made, but not
Strawberry?
out of cranberry? Oh, maybe. Maybe strawberry.
Because the strawberry loses a lot of the actual strawberry taste, so this does remind me of it.
It's actually... I think it's good the way it is. Do you?
Yeah. There's enough flavor, and there's a tiny bit of sweet somehow.
Just a little bit.
It's interesting that there is a little bit of sweet when it's dry, but there is a little sweet.
It's like just a little bit on the back of your tongue, but not sweet.
So I would say that you don't worry about the potassium sorbate, but we do need to let's check the pH because that's going to that'll change everything. If the pH is high, we are going to have to add acid to it, and then that might make it not taste as good. So
true.
Yeah, it's really high. It's 4.14. So to be shelf stable, we want it down to about 3.18.
1.8?
Sorry.
3.8.
So
Well, that brings up the question, since this is not a grape wine, it's cranberry, which acid do we use? I'm afraid to use citric.
I'd use malic probably, which is the apple acid. I think malic is going to be closer than that. So we don't want to use citric.
No.
Malic will be closer probably than tartaric
Right.
to the taste that we want, I'm guessing.
I will grab it then.
So when we get this down to the pH that it needs to be, 3.8-ish, then we'll decide after we taste it again if we want to sorbate it.
Okay.
We have a video that talks all about these racking ingredients and why we put them in and what they do, and you probably want to watch that video. I'll link it. But basically the reason why there's a question of whether or not we want the metabisulfite and sorbate, if you're not going to put sugar in it, you don't necessarily need to put the sorbate in, because that's basically the sorbate makes it so that you can add sugar without this starting to ferment again. The metabisulfite is a preservative too, and we might choose to put that in regardless, depending on what she wants to do with this. But we won't get ahead of ourselves. If we put the sorbate in, we're going to put the metabisulfite in for sure. But if we still think after we get the pH to where it needs to be that we don't need to back sweeten this, then we'll probably skip them both, I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, I know we need to do the Cheetosand and the bentonite, and we need this. So should I start all at once?
Let's do, there's no reason, well, let's get another, so this doesn't have any quesosol in it.
Right.
It's special sauce. We'll get another measuring cup to do our pH adjustment in, because it's going to be using juice that does have quesosol in it, but it doesn't matter for malic acid. It's not completely necessary to understand what I just said. She's looking confused.
I was just thinking we could do the Cheetosand and the bentonite and the malic acid all at once.
I'm just trying to give it a little more time. We want to usually let the quesosol have about an hour to work by itself. We don't usually let it have that, but because we're working with this on something else, we may as well let it work. The Cheetosand and quesosol work against each other, so if you put them in at the same time, put them into the same liquid, they can kind of counteract each other. So that was what?
A quarter teaspoon.
Let's do another quarter. I think it'll be at least a half to go from basically 4.2 to 3.8.
Okay.
Typically you want to do it in a quarter teaspoon increments, but we're pretty safe doing this because we have a long ways to go. We also have a deep dive on pH that you can watch to find out why it is that we want the pH to be around 3.8. And then our original pH deep dive, we tried the effects of different acids and alkalines to change pH, and that's kind of interesting if you have nothing else to do in your life. Oh, we should have gotten the spoon while we were up.
Oh, yeah. I'll grab it. Did somebody call for a spoon?
This is very fizzy. It looked like Alka-Seltzer when I put the acid in. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Well, that got us down to 4.03. So we probably want another half a teaspoon.
Okie doke. This time I'll just use the half teaspoon instead of 2/4.
This is going to make this zingier, but cranberry is kind of zingy, so
tart.
it may not, I mean, it might seem right. $3.98.
Really?
So another half.
This is reminding me of the cider I did a few weeks ago that took 3 teaspoons of malic acid to get it down. Just to 3.8. Across my fingers.
3.93. It's not a bad strategy to switch to tartaric for the rest of this so that we don't get such a strong malic taste, maybe?
If you think so.
I don't think it'll hurt.
We're getting low.
We have a source for this in a bag. Strategy of mixing this, it's like an acid blend, but not officially because we're just winging the proportions. But so this is a half teaspoon of this, and I'm pretty sure I can, well, I'm not going to. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to do 2 of those. Although we probably will need 2 of those. pH is a funny thing.
Or not funny.
Yeah, it can be frustrating. That's why we recommend doing the 1/4 teaspoons at a time, but this, all of a sudden it can take a jump that was very inconsistent with what it had done prior.
It can, or a 1/2 teaspoon could do almost nothing.
Well, it's done that a few times already. I don't expect that tartaric is going to have more drastic of an effect than malic, but sometimes that can be surprising too. So
Citric definitely does have more of a...
yeah, well, I wouldn't recommend using use citric in lemonades and beverages that you want to be citrusy, but it will make something that isn't citrusy to the extreme sometimes. 3.8. She's hoping I'm going to say 0, but I'm not. 3.87.
Okay.
Let's do one more, and then I think we're going to call it good for now, and we'll let this, because we know we have to.
It needs to degas quite a bit.
But we'll be able to taste it and see if we're able to proceed, knowing if we're going to sorbate it or not. So that ends up being 1 teaspoon of tartaric.
And 1.5 of malic.
Didn't quite get a full half, so I did it twice.
Well, how am I supposed to write that down?
It was a half. And when this sits, some of the acid is going to drop to the bottom. And most of the time that keeps this about the same acidity, but you'll have crystals at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So because we're doing so much of this, for sure we're going to have to end up racking this again. But I'm primarily concerned about taste right now. What adding that much acid did to the taste.
Oh, the stirring is good for the degassing, though.
Yeah. It's wonderful for my arm, too. Thank God we have time lapse. Well, that last one made it drop a lot. It's 3.82. So honestly, right now, it's probably close enough, but definitely because I said we were going to stop, we're going to for sure stop. But we'll test this again before we bottle it. It's usually the last step before you bottle it is you want to check the pH and make sure that it's still 3.8 after whatever else you've done to it. So now let's taste it and see what it did, because I have my doubts that it tastes the same as it did, for better or worse.
Whoa!
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's almost salty in a way.
Salty? That's totally different than sour.
That was the first thing to hit my taste buds. So yeah, it's not as pleasant now. So we're gonna want to back sweeten it.
I don't know with what exactly.
Cranberry juice.
Just regular cranberry juice, like we started it with.
Or concentrate. If there is a
I've never been able to find a cranberry concentrate.
Then we'll just use juice. But yeah, it's not nearly as pleasant now.
Yeah,
but
it's a little too
unless
sour.
you're gonna drink it. I mean, if you're gonna drink it right away, then you don't need to put the acid in to adjust the pH.
That is true.
Just drink it.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna bottle it and there's
Keep
a
it in the
chance it's
fridge.
gonna be on the shelf, you need to adjust the acid level to get the pH down to about 3.8. So because we did that, because we're gonna have to back sweeten it, and because it's gonna end up being we have cranberry sugar-free syrup.
No, we don't. That's the whole thing.
We have a cranberry sugar-free
It's
Brewer's
cranberry.
Best.
Yeah.
No, it's not sugar-free. So regardless of what we
it's
do,
not
we end up
completely.
having to sorbate it. So
We have a sugar-free syrup, but it's the spiced one.
there's not a problem with sorbating it. We just like to sometimes give you guys alternatives so that you don't always have to sorbate it. But
we're going to this time.
we're going to have to do it. So
And we're going to put in the other clarifying agents as well. So
the Kiesel is already in here.
yep. I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon of potassium sorbate.
And that makes it so that the yeast aren't going to be able to start a new fermentation unless you add that makes it so that the yeast that's in here can't start a new fermentation. That does not help if you add something else that has yeast to it that has not been sorbated, however.
That is correct.
Big asterisk there. And then the metabisulfite, I already said, is it's a preservative type thing. It zaps some of the oxygen that's in here, and again makes it so that the yeast have a hard time starting fermentation.
And then a 1/4 teaspoon of bentonite, which
It's a clay that will attract particles that then sink to the bottom.
And then last but not least,
Chitosan is the opposite of Kesasol. It grabs particles, the opposite charge, and together these make our additive cocktail. I wouldn't suggest drinking it straight,
no,
but it's
can't imagine it tastes that great. by
fine
itself.
to add it to your beverage. And you do want to usually wait an hour, but we never do that when we're filming, so.
And it still turns out okay. This started pretty clear to begin with, so
Yeah, it'll be super clear next time
yeah.
you see it. So that's basically it. Now, so like we said, there's a lot of CO2 in here. You can use a food saver like we usually do to degas this, or just time on the shelf, or even time in the fridge will help it. There's enough CO2 here that I don't think we're going to want to give it 3 months to degas.
Well, we'll see what it looks like after it sits in the fridge for a few days, but I suspect we'll have to degas it.
So between now and when you see this again, we will have degassed it. We will have cold crashed it again, so that all the stuff we just added clarifies this. And the acid that we added, a lot of the crystals will fall to the bottom. And then we will probably rack it again before we come back on camera, or we might do it after we come back on camera. We'll see.
And then we'll flavor it.
And then we'll flavor it, which I think just because of the fact that we don't have cranberry concentrate,
But we have
Probably
cranberry
means-
juice.
probably means we just add more cranberry juice to it to sweeten it.
Hopefully it doesn't take very much, but
I don't think it will take a lot to get it back to where we liked it.
Mhm.
And that cranberry juice will also be more acidic probably than 3.8. So
probably.
it will lower our pH, down to where we want it just by adding that juice to it. So
Okay.
that'll be the final stage before we bottle it. So we'll probably just have one more video segment on this one.
Okay, we are back. It has officially cold crashed now. It's been in there for a week. There's a tiny bit of sediment in the bottom,
There's
but we're
not a-
gonna stir it, so
There's not as much as I expected, but this is wine, so we want this to be as clear as possible. So
and we'll disrupt whatever's down there with our stirring.
I did for sure expect that there would be more sediment than there is. It's been in there for it's actually slightly under a week, 1 day under a week. But you can see there's
Mhm.
it's a real thin layer. It actually looks like it's granulated, so it's probably the acid we put in it.
The large amounts of acid we had to put in it.
So we are going to rack this and not talk so that we can speed right through it. Okay, that's all I can safely get without sucking up that little layer of sediment. And we know that we are going to be fighting having enough room to put our juice in anyway, so
So it's okay.
I'm going to clear all this off. So we got that racked. Just out of curiosity, I want to check the pH before we add anything to it.
It better be right.
What was it? 3.8.
8.2. After adding quite a bit of malic and tartars.
Yeah, so that layer of sediment down at the bottom was absolutely the stuff we put in it, because it's back up to 4 right now. 4.0, right now it's 4.00. 3.99. So we're going to have to adjust it again, but we'll wait till after we put the juice in there. Do you want to taste it now, or you remember that it was nasty?
Well, it was sour, and we're gonna make it even more sour.
Well, you're talking with acid. We don't know what this is going to do to it.
I don't know.
I know this is lower than this is probably 3.5 or something actually, but we're not adding a lot of it, so because we don't have a lot of it.
I thought we had more than that, but this is what we got to work with.
I think we pull out some of this to make sure we have headroom for the stuff that we're adding so that we don't end up taking it out afterwards.
Yeah.
And if we were thinking ahead, we could have done this. We could have racked this into a pitcher that was bigger than a gallon so that we could get it tasting right and then just drink the excess after it was flavored. But we weren't thinking about it, so.
Okay, Pippin.
She's on the mouse hunt.
Oh, that's... She might really be on a mouse hunt.
No mouse with any brains is going to be surprised by you and your toenails, though. Okay, just put it all in there, I assume.
Yeah.
And then we'll taste it. This is... Let's get a measuring cup so we can say how much we put in. Proper way of doing this, or a more effective way of doing this, would be to have a lot more of this and then condense it so that it was not going to be taking up so much volume. But this is 1/3 of a cup.
1/3 of a cup. That's way more than 1/3 of a cup.
Is it?
1 1/3 of a cup.
1 1/3. There's no numbers on the bottom.
Yeah, they all got rubbed off.
So let's see what the pH is of this, just so that we know. Did you write down what this was?
Yeah, no.
3.99. So the juice itself is 3.42. So that will lower this a little. I don't think it's going to lower it enough.
So the problem's going to be we have to put more acid in it. It's just going to settle to the bottom again.
Not necessarily. It's unpredictable. But like I said, the juice just lowered it some, so we'll see how much it lowered it. It won't be enough, but it'll have lowered it probably to like maybe 3.9, I would guess. We'll check that before we taste it. It lowered it to 3.92, 3.91. So we're fairly close, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see what it tastes like. I could put some of this back in there now.
Well, let's hold off on that because we may need to put something else in it. Is it weird that this smells a lot like the huckleberry wine that we're drinking? It's the same color. It's still tart, but it tastes better than it did before.
The longer it sits in your mouth, the better it is, too.
Yeah, but we have the acid situation.
I don't know that we're that...
3.9.
It's wine, so...
Well, here's the thing. With us, this is probably going to stay in our fridge. Right? It's normally where I put the...
a gallon of it. I don't know that we can say that. So first thing is that we do know we need to put some more acid back in it to get it down just a little bit now. And pH is very inconsistent.
Yes.
So it's possible that not a lot of acid will actually handle it and get it down to 3.8. So I'm not fretting about that yet. But
Okay.
Flavor-wise, what do we want to do? Because we want to do that first before we do the pH. Because whatever we add for flavor, and obviously if we had more juice, that would be the obvious solution, but we don't.
Well, we have cranberry syrup.
It's sugared cranberry syrup.
Tarani, yes. Which it tastes much better than the sugar-free one that we had.
Let's do that, because I think this can handle a little bit of more sweet. That'll also probably lower the pH a little bit.
Hope.
And then we'll go ahead and after we get that flavor pretty close, we'll go ahead and put this back in there. So I'll get the syrup. Cranberry syrup. 2 ounces?
Yeah, probably. Especially if we're going to be putting more acid into it. I think maybe that's probably all we're going to need, but...
I'm going to go ahead and put some of this excess wine back into it before we taste it so that we're not deciding we like it and then changing it. You can get by with probably not doing the syrup that we did unless we really like how this turned out and just use more juice than what we had on hand.
Yeah.
But we make do with what we have sometimes. It's not sweet.
No, it's still got quite a tart bite to it. What's the pH?
It's 3.87. So the syrup did drop
Did lower it.
So that might be killing two birds with one stone to do another 2 ounces.
Might be. Because I don't think 2 ounces is going to make it sweet. I could be wrong.
It's a long ways from sweet right now, in my opinion. But
yeah.
It did lower the pH, which is what we want to do, and it added a little bit of...
Without making it sour, which is nice. I went ahead and emptied out that glass for you.
Thank you. I'll consider it.
That's just how I am. You said 3.87, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making little notations along the way. Yeah, that tastes pretty good.
3.84. So that's actually in the acceptable
range.
I would rather leave it a little high than add...
Make it sour
acid.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
I think it tastes pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's okay we didn't have enough juice. Or as much juice as we
made
wanted
it work. So yeah, I think the pH is acceptable at 3.84. And it's not sweet. It's still a dry wine, but
and it still tastes like cranberry.
Tastes like cranberry. We ended up with a little bit of excess, but we can add a little syrup to it and drink it.
Yep. Alright, so put down that it ended at 3.84. Hey, it's not fizzy.
It's not fizzy.
So just 6 days really made a difference.
It made a big difference, but we still probably want to wait at least a week. With red wines, we wait a lot longer. We'll wait a month, let it sit, mature.
Mm-hmm.
White wines, we don't normally do that. This is kind of a in-between something, but...
I don't really know what to call it.
There's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of fizz. There's some bubbles at the top. Yeah, I see some bubbles coming up, but it's a fraction of what it was last time. So, are we done with this? We want to come back on camera with it?
I don't know. Do you want to bottle it on camera, or is that necessary?
They can watch our bottling video.
Okay.
But...
then I guess we're done.
Unless we want to come back and taste it after it sits for a while, but I don't know that there's really a need. This is white wine, so it's not going to change much.
It's not really going to age or anything.
It's pretty good.
I think it's good.
One more little drink.
Sure. And this was an experiment, doing a wine just out of straight cranberry juice. And I think it was a good experiment.
Guess we have to Corgi paws it.
Oh yeah, we do. I like it. Of course, I'll probably be the only one drinking it, because you always just walk right by the white wines. Maybe you'll just be confused because it's kind of red looking.
I won't be confused when I taste it.
But yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, so I guess we vote on it.
Vote on whether we drink it, or vote on how good it is.
How good it is.
Okay. So our rating system that we forgot about for a long time and we just started doing it again is Corgi paws. 4 Corgi paws is excellent, and 4 Corgi paws with a nose is above and beyond, right? And okay. I think I don't want to judge this against anything that's not similar to it. So I guess it'd be a little similar to this or some of our other hybrid white wines.
I'm not. I mean, if you're we're gonna have to have more than just 4 paws and a Corgi nose if you're going to have categories of drinks, though.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't want to say...
Is this the wine category?
This is the wine category.
Is that how you want to judge
Sure.
them?
This is a wine category. It's hard to judge a seltzer against a wine.
Actually, I don't know that my score changes.
My wine would always take precedence over a seltzer for me, but unless it was terrible.
Is it going to be a white wine category?
I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna give it paws. Corgi paws, not paws. I would give it I want to say a 3.5.
That's what was in my head too, but it's going to sound like I'm copying you, so I'm going to say 3.
Why don't you just say 3 3/4 and we'll make it weird?
Because that would be a really odd.
You don't have a graphic for that?
Probably have a graphic for it. I'm going to stick with 3. I do think it's really good. It's definitely drinkable, but if we're calling this the wine category, most of our wines I probably like a little bit better than this. So
3 1/4 then. Average. All right, I wrote it down. 3 1/4 Corgi paws.
Because the ingredients are so easy to come by. I mean that's means something too. So.
Well, yeah, it's just a jug of juice. So that was pretty easy.
It's pleasant. Well, I'll drink it. Maybe we wait till next Thanksgiving. I don't know.
It would be good with Thanksgiving. Oh, it'd be good with turkey. Yeah.
Somebody else apparently thought about cranberries being good with turkey at some point in time.
No, it was my idea. I came up with it just now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll call it done. We're gonna let it sit and do its thing for a while, and then we'll bottle it and put it away.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys for watching another one of our videos. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And if you have, we appreciate you guys for your support. And until next time, cheers.